Hello, hello, hello. First of all, welcome to the Soviet series we're going to be doing in Hearts of Iron 4. We're going to be aiming for a mostly historical Soviet playthrough here. To do that, we're going to have, several limitations. And to make this interesting, we're going to buff the leaving of bejesus out of the Axis here. Because, of course, we're going to be playing as the Soviet Union, and we want to see stuff go nuts. We also want a challenge. Frankly, I've not had a successful Soviet playthrough since No Step Back has come out, so I want to see that in action. Of course, this will be the first episode here. Gonna make sure we're recording. Hey, we're recording. Off to the great start. So, we're going to go ahead and get rid of the cavalry divisions. Why? They're cavalry divisions. This is World War II. We're not going that route. And yes, I know the Soviets had cavalry divisions out there, but we're just not going to deal with that. A few other things. We're going to need to rearrange our troops over here so they actually get to some better supply. Yeah, because I don't think there's anything over there. So as a general rule, of course I can basically pull everything away from Japan, and that would be probably mostly hunky-dory. We're not going to do that. We don't want to do that. We're going to, keep a Far East force here. Just like the Soviet Union did in real life. We're not just going to completely denude the East and send everybody to the West. Okay, moving around things. Probably suffer a little bit of attrition over there, but that's okay. First few techs, we're going to go with the standard opening. Get your research speed, get your production, and your construction. Okay, first, this is a brand new Soviet tree. Look how huge this thing is. We're going to be going with a little bit of industry. 2 extra civs will be nice. And what are we short on? We're going to need to trade for a little bit of rubber. We'll do that through the Dutch East Indies, because that'll support Britain slightly less. Of course, Soviet Union, not the greatest friends with Britain at the time here. Want to get some civs going, but so we'll get that and this first, followed by civs in those respective states. Oh, in fact, we can just do Moscow next, and then we'll end up doing Leningrad eventually. It's basically just going to be booming the civ count initially. There's nothing to really do as a Soviet Union except boom your industrial base. Gonna get rid of the Strat Bomber. We'll keep the Strat Bombers. Why not? There, that'll cover that. And I think one of my limitations, I'm going to take an exact look at when things started coming out, but I think one of my limitations is going to be I can't put the T-34, which is what this one is, the 1940 medium tank, into production until after the invasion of the Soviet Union starts. At that point, I'll be able to put in production. So what does that mean? If I want to do medium tanks, I got to stick with the older ones, or I got to stick with light tanks. You know what? Maybe I'll just make the rule I have to stick with light tanks. We'll see. I'll think on it. I'm not going to be adding any military factories right now. I'll keep those on light tanks and keep that historical. Let's add some guns. Some of that. And let's get some artillery going. Okay. Of course, we're going to need huge stockpiles of just basic guns to keep our guys out in the field. Whole bunch of unassigned divisions. We're not going to worry about that. Move you a little bit back towards Vitebsk. Back to Veliki Luki. Move back. Other than that, I think we're going to be good to go. Wait, how did that cavalry division survive? Okay, well, you're gone. Take your guns, send them elsewhere. And let's get going. As I mentioned, we'll be keeping the Russian Far East force. Just because we want to keep this decently historical. Don't want to just denude everything and... Huh. Okay, don't do that. I don't have the convoys for the supply, so let's go with British Malaya. Oh, that's the other thing I should look at. Honestly, we're not going to worry too much about building anything naval. You know, the Germans had... Well, at least had supremacy in the Baltic here. I think they mostly had supremacy in the Black Sea too, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, we're not going to worry about it. We'll just make everything come out at the Black Sea here. Why not? Sevastopol. And then apparently we need to get our convoy count up big time. I did not realize these convoys were in such a bad state. And then, yeah. Okay. Span the convoys. Check the core temps. Make sure we're not going to overheat and burn out my CPU. We're good. Alright. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever noticed the Soviets being a convoy deficiency right off the bat. Because we're sailing supplies to Vladivostok. That's what's going on. Interesting. I guess that allows me to get more supplies that way, but of course we are horribly short on supplies for now. And regarding focuses, we're going to be sticking with the, you know, about as historical as I can make it. Worry about training our army later. Just got to deal with the deficiency for now. So, and one of the saddest things is they've got very good music and No Step Back. The problem is, I've just been, oh, yep, that's a mistake. One of the biggest problem, though, is when I keep the music going, I get copyright flagged, which means then I have to mute that portion of the video, which means you then don't hear me talking during that portion of the video, and you get this ugly dead space area, which is not what I want. So, regrettably, I do have some of that on my previous Germany playthrough. So, to avoid that, it's going to be a little sterile, but that's how that has to work. Okay, nearly to making convoys. Yeah, we'll just let those come out at the early rate. We have no interest in speeding them up. Okay. 5-year plan. Is there anything else? Found the PCI. Higher cap, slower growth, less retention, more conversion cost. It's an interesting choice. And I won't start doing that until I need to. Transpolar flights, some area experience. Dude, found the PCI. We'll get the higher cap. No, we're not going to invade Turkey. I know yes, you can invade Turkey and get to war economy very quickly, but that's cheesing it, and I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in the challenge of this playthrough. That's why I've kicked the Germans up as hard as they'll go. So we're sticking with our current settings. And we are doing the infrastructure in Stalingrad and Moscow. Why? Because we'll probably end up defending around there, so we'll want that for constructing better defenses and whatnot faster. But also just because we will be focusing so much industry in those areas. Okay, let's get faster research speed. Okay, founded the PCI. Okay, time to go down the Marxist-Leninism path. We're going to do our purges, and we're going to see who gets purged. I've seen Zhukov get purged in a scary, absolutely scary number of games. So we'll see. If he gets purged, he gets purged. I'm just going to let the fate decide. I won't redirect or anything like that to try to save Zhukov. So we do without a, have to play without Zhukov. We have to play without Zhukov. So now we're getting down to Civ factories. Great. Our first tackle or our first use of PPs will be going to partial mobilization, just so we get more factories out there construction, and we're just going to be building nothing but civilian factories and probably some infrastructure for quite some time. Okay. Nope, still short. Machine tools, great. And we are doing concentrated. I know concentrated's not as good as dispersed when you're constantly upgrading, but with the Soviets, they used the concentrated. They stayed on things for long periods of time. I'm going to be replicating that in this playthrough, so. Probably up Leningrad next, because we're going to be building an industry there as soon as, yeah, concentrated gets done. I do know we do need to, of course, build a bunch in the Urals for the boost later from Tankrad and other things. Okay. We got that. Socialism in one country or the Stalin Constitution. Which one's better right off the bat? Little extra stability, little bit of PP gain. That's good. This is a little communism support, and yeah, you know what? Let's get to the first purge. Because the different purge events, I think there's 4 of them, they're all time gated. So you want to, one, I think it's historical, and then 2, you want to get going through them kind of as soon as you can. Find some good spots. Yeah, you're a good one, I remember. And we'll probably need to do Azerbaijan for the oil. Oh, Penza got upgraded, Tambov got upgraded. That's a good point. I should see who got the upgrades. Kiev is also high, but put in industry in Kiev's probably not a great idea. Wink, wink. So that's done. And I think historically, let's get the tanks going. I'll open up my options there. I'm not sure, like I said, what tanks I'm going to produce at this point. I'm going to take a kind of look what they had historically and produce something historical. Just maybe a boatload of light tanks, we'll see. Okay, Spanish Civil War. Still in the hole on weapons, but we are going to support our comrades here. Give you 800 guns monthly. Lend-lease. Yes, get the priority Lend-lease. And then wait a little bit of time. You need to finish up training. And then we're going to send over some fighter planes. Okay, sufficient time passed. Yes. We are not sending ground volunteers, just like my other campaign. Why? You can grind just way too much experience off of it, and I want the challenge. So I'm not going to do things I know that are going to limit that challenge big time. We can send 200. Okay. So we're going to send medium bombers. Yes, you are. Bombers and some good planes. Up, up. There you go. Okay, we're rectifying the convoy situation. Slowly but surely. Okay. How close are we to that next tech? We got a ways, so. You've got 4 open slots. You know what? I'll do you. And that. And that should keep me probably fine until next set of rounds I need to do. Oh, Vladivostok didn't get any. So, like I mentioned, biggest thing is just getting our industrial base up right now. And we're not going to be foraging. If Stalin gets pissed, Stalin gets pissed. We'll take it. And we're going to see what happens with the Agents of Chaos there. So we're going to go for Comintern and then military advisors to Spain. Although, no, I take that back. We're going to start the first purge event, and then we're going to start aiding the comrades in the Spanish Civil War here. Got some Italian planes up. And we've got one Messerschmitt, Bf-109. That's kind of odd. The rest of the German planes. Got a lot of German bombers up. So, get our experience. Go enter our next one. Honestly, I may just pull PP until we see who's going to die and who doesn't in the Civil War. What are we doing next? You've got 3 open slots. You've got 3 open slots. Yeah, pretty much everyone just has 3 open slots. You've got 4 open slots, okay. Obviously, we don't want to be putting our industry right on the front line against the Germans there. That would be ill-advised. Okay. Who did we lose? Oh, all the usuals. I don't think anyone extra. Comintern. So yeah, we're just gonna let Stalin go full-blown Agents of Chaos on this, and we'll see who gets purged and who doesn't. So. Guns are the things we care about the most. We're just going to need huge stockpiles of things, because one of the things I want to do is I want to try to get up to the historical number of troops that the Soviets had in the field on the eve of war, which I think is like 5 million on the Western Front. It may only be 4.5. I got to take a look at those figures again, but I would like to get up to that amount. Okay, start making the better fighters, take the small efficiency hit, that's fine. And then we'll start building up a whole lot of experience again. I'm going to let the PP pool. Get Comintern done. Military advisors to Spain. We're going to get a whole bunch of army experience from that. I was wondering when that was going to be done, and sure enough, there it is. Okay. So, we can do, of course, some more in Stalingrad, more there, more there. And actually, Penza, you're 100%, so you finish. And you get to wait. And you know what? Let's just go straight into the next one. Although, actually, I will delay because I want to get these 2 tanks upgraded, because I think Germany will get their tank event, get their tank focus in a bit. So I want to get make sure I get everything I should from it, because I think there used to be an issue where if you didn't have the tank unlocked, it gives you something different from Germany that's ahistorical than if you had the base tank model unlocked. So I just want to avoid that for now. So I'll pick up production real quick there, so that's not going to be delayed too much. Military advisors to Spain. Let's take a look at your paranoia. You're about to tick over. Honestly, I'll let you... we'll do it fast. Try to knock it down before he ticks over. I don't know if he will or won't. So basically the way the paranoia mechanic works is I think he hits 30%, and... no, excuse me, it's... yeah, over 25. And then percent, and then you can have random events. So sometimes he'll fire, sometimes he doesn't, and the more he cranks up, the more serious the events go. Of course, every time you do a Moscow show trial, Great Purge style event, it'll automatically... oh, okay, we're shooting down some things. It'll automatically go into Great Purge status and hit hard there. No, let's go here, let's go here. So yeah, the most important thing we're doing is just spamming civilian factories, and that's all we're going to be doing for quite some time here. Just want to spam them in our best states. We put 100 infrastructure in, and just want this count to go up as high as humanly possible. Okay, we did it. Put Stalin just below, although now he's going to fire off an event, almost certainly. Can't do our 5-year plan next one quite yet. Oh, and that's another thing I should mention. I will be doing the 5-year plan. It is historical, at least as much as I can tell. But I will be going down as far as I can in it, and I know a lot of people have done the math, and it's actually probably a net loss to go down there instead of taking other focuses. But I want to do that. It's historical, and I'll take the lumps that come with it. It does give you some good stuff too, but it does create probably more problems than it's worth, as people have checked out with the math. I don't know if Paradox has tweaked it since that math was done, but I don't think so. Okay, anti-saboteur campaign. Uh-oh. Okay, Army, you get less experience, more training time, and it's going to cost more to design anything. That was not good. Of course, our main focus is going to be Army. Secondary is going to be the VVS or VSS, the Soviet Air Force, and the Navy's going to be non-existent in this campaign. I will consider this campaign won when Germany falls. Well, the Axis falls, but I'm not going to worry too much about Japan. Well, maybe I will worry about Japan. I don't know. My main concern is, of course, handling Germany. Uh-oh. Ooh, that's nasty. That is nasty. Construction speed minus 10%. And PP gain minus 10%. Ooh. Like I said, we're going Agent and Chaos, and we'll deal with what comes. But, man, that hurts. Because that's all I am focusing on right now. Is PP gain and construction. Okay. Still going, still leveling up. God, and we were so close, too. So we're actually going to waste some of that extra. Oh, that was nasty. Okay, let a day go by. There we go. Ta-da. Next purge event. Okay. Actually, do I want to hold... No, I don't think I could even do it. No, I couldn't. It would be just short. So we'll do the next purge event. I want to keep as much air experience as I can banked. I will use some of it and probably spend on air doctrine because, of course, I don't want it overflowing to be useless. But I will keep some around just so I can design some planes later. Probably the 1940 fighters will be the most obvious use of it. But we'll be doing battlefield support, and because of the doctrines, I'll be going battlefield support. I think that most correctly follows what the Soviets were doing. Oop, keep going. I'm not. Okay. Okay, another Stroh trial. Oop, down people go. Okay. See, collectivization's weird because you get some, nice factories. It gets a better Politburo. You can build more stuff, but man, that base stability hit. Your base stability is so bad at the start, and that impacts you because let's take a look. You're paying extra. Yeah, your output is just absolutely trash because of it, and you lose PP also. And when you get high enough, you actually need less civilian less consumer goods output. I'm going to be taking all of these, but a little bit of PP gain. Let's take the hit. No, keep Chang alive. Historically, it was kept alive. Jeez. Okay, everyone's joined the Chinese Join his front. So we can watch the war in Spain a bit. Not much going on here, of course. We should go over Spain. I'll help those guys that are encircled for now. Construction, yeah. Got the basic heavy tank. It's too far in advance. That's another thing too. I don't like researching crazy far in advance. I just find it very ahistorical. And, you know, obviously it's a very good strategy. There's a reason people do it, but that just makes things too wonky for me. Because, you know, yes, I could design an absolute god-tier tank that no one can deal with at all, but, you know, that's a little bit of one-trick. I don't like one-trick pony strategies, especially against the AI. If this was multiplayer, that's an entirely different story, but it's not. So, and because it isn't, I don't like doing that. Okay. Probably start working on a bit of artillery and things like that. Can't do austerity trains. We'll need basic radios at some point, of course. Not now, necessarily. We'll definitely need better fuel. Once again, not necessarily now. We will need excavation, not necessarily now. You know what? Get the small arms going. Yeah, let's get the small arms going. We don't want to fall too far behind. This is where all the fighting's going on. Still pumping the civilian factories. Yeah, this is just gonna... God, look at that output, minus 10%. That's so bad. And it's gonna get worse with that. You know, those 2 civilian factories are probably not gonna be worth the trade-off, you know, short term, but long term. We'll make them boatloads of experience. We do have some experience trickling in. Okay, so I'm going to actually spend you off, because otherwise you're going to overflow, and I don't want to miss it. And... you know what? I'll send the bombers there. The fighters... you guys should stay. Yeah, there's big. There's Daisy. Okay, Japan declares war on China. Keep going. Okay, so let's see what tanks I get. I get the A20, I get the KV-1, and I get some good... yeah, so this is historical we're going for. We get the KV-1, we get the A20. So I'll take a look and see kind of what we want to go. Like I said, we won't be building anything for quite some time, so we don't need to worry about that quite yet. You know, this first episode is just going to be all build up. And looks like they're in the final stages, so I probably won't spend off any more air experience. Keep raising our Air Force, keep training our Air Force. Yeah, you're gonna get finished up anyway. Might as well. Okay. So, all these places, you know, just a little bit of infrastructure building, you get a lot of territories where you can just be slamming 100% efficiency, you know, civilian factories. So, let that finish, and of course, it'll be added to that list. And yeah. Ta-da. Let's go back up. There. Going. We could do that ahead of time. We're not. We did the armor just so Snuck it in just before. We do the industry. No, we're still ahead of time there. Could start getting the artillery more caught up. And, oh, hit our Air Force. Okay. So, you know, we're going to be taking the lumps here, as I mentioned. You know, it's hit the Army, it's hit the Air Force, it's hitting everything we don't want it to. But, uh-oh. Madrid's been taken. Is that... Get everything to the zone. Okay. Well, this will probably be the end of this. It's nice knowing you, Republican Spain. We hardly knew thee. Workers' dictatorship. Okay. We could do that to keep Stalin's paranoia down. Do we want to do that? He's only at 10%. Honestly, I think I can squeak by. Finish the 5-year plan. Okay, we're going to go for it. We may take a purge event because of it, but we're going to go for it. So one of the interesting things about a Soviet playthrough is just because of all the purge events, you do get different challenges and different, you know, you could have kind of the quote-unquote easier playthrough, you could have the harder playthrough just because of how things shake out. So if you and I were doing the same exact game here, just letting, you know, the chaos happen, I mean, there's no guarantee you would see and have the exact same challenges as me, as vice versa. Like I said, my events have been pretty nasty so far. The Army got hit, the Air Force got hit, and my civilian economy, you know, building civs ability and my political power gain also got hit. So you got hit in a lot of bad places. Okay. Still boosting that civ count. Okay, that's over. I don't need to. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Well, it's a nice quality attack squadron. And we'll send you just to Kiev to hang out. Let's move all the ones that are done to Kiev here. Check the time, check the core temp. Okay. Make sure we're not frying the computer. We're good. Okay, so 388 experience is a good chunk. Managed to get 1 doctrine done. Most of the time, I've actually received way more doctrines than that. Probably like 2 or 3 from the Civil War in Spain, but so be it. This is shaping up to be a difficult playthrough, so what's it gonna push us? Okay. Could do oil, could do some of those. Honestly, go for it. And yes, I know if you hold it, you get closer to the event, and there's less... Uh-oh. Support unit research, Army leader cost, daily command power gain, promotion cost, Army assignment duration, commanders and political fight. Jeez. Okay, well, so much for trying to squeak through without getting that event, but... Still only got some extra civs right there. We are going to do the military conspiracy. And then, yeah, during Behead the Snake is when I need to go ahead and form my intelligence agencies. Yeah, we've got all these horrible, horrible modifiers. That one hurts the most. The minus 10% construction speed, just because we're going to get 1/10 of our factories we should be getting. let's face it, if we didn't want a challenge, we wouldn't be playing Russia here. Oh, man. Come on, 4 more days. There, no. Excavation. No, we don't want to be doing support equipment. That's behind. Can do a little bit of Air Force. We'll do radios at some point. Let's do excavation. We're going to need it for the supplies, or the resources eventually. Okay, made it through without another one. Tukhachevsky, Yegorov, Primakov. And let's see who gets, we'll see who gets cowed by Stalin. So that's there. Do we do behead this snake? How is your... I think we do behead the snake. Okay. Yeah, because paranoia gain is pretty stinking high. We're going to go ahead and create the NKVD. Go to the Ukraine. Yeah, man, that stability is real rough. So we'll be throwing in advisors and all that once the once the purges are over. But until then, will be quite some time. You almost have the worst. We're getting there to the war support for war economy. Of course, we want that as soon as we can. Okay. Let's take a look. No one's messing with us or recruiting our first operative. Actually, I should have started it probably a little bit before, but that's okay. Mobilization speed, command power increase, and keeps the paranoia down. What's the paranoia situation? Honestly, I think we will go for it, just to try to not get another bad purge event. Because once we get down to and finish this one, we're good. No more purge events. Okay. There's our first malice that's been removed. Okay, we're going to need to start building up some new places. That's only for 3 slots. Gorky's for 7 slots. Okay, we're going to do Gorky. The Arsenal's for 6 slots. Oh, Ufa, you're for 8 slots. Okay. Actually, Ufa, you're going to get the priority over Gorky. Okay. Double excavation. Yeah, I don't know why that event takes so long to kick off. It's like they capitulated a long time ago. But whatever. Okay. So at this stage, we should start designing slightly better divisions. Okay, and we're doing kind of historical looking divisions here. We'll add probably an anti-tank, and we'll add a Ramon Mercador. Okay, go. Okay, understaffed bureaucracy is gone, thank God. Okay. That knocked down the political paranoia big time. Oh, so we're going to take for sure. Yeah, I'm not taking that stability gain right now. That is a pretty good stat. Start. right there, we can start getting a lot of our stability back, or Stalingrad Tractor Factory. And we start getting towards the next tech. So let's go. So I'll make it cheaper to get Stalingrad. Truck factory. Tank factory? Truck factory? Tractor factory. So industrial research speed. It'll be faster. Worth it. Oh, you know what? Huh. So I should have taken foreign experts. I don't know if that's historical, though. Yeah, I don't know. I'll stick with this. The extra consumer goods reduction. I'm not quite sure what the historical choice is there, because like I said, I'm trying to make all the historical choices. I wish you could almost set just a button that just clicks, you know, hey, give me the historical choices, and it would just pop off immediately, you know, what the historical choices were at the right time when it comes to focuses. Because while I do know most of them, I don't know all of them necessarily. Okay. And we will be spying on Germany. So we do want to figure out what they're doing. How are you doing? You're still building up. Yeah, I'm also the king of missing timings on throwing out assassination attempts, so this is one thing I'm going to try to keep in mind. I will start expanding my spy agency later, but right now, go, you're cheaper, ta-da. Yeah, and I suppose I should be doing some of these. Artillery designer, motorized, guns. Yeah, artillery designer. This is an interesting one. I also have no clue what the heck the historical choice was. Max speed, soft attack and armor, soft attack and reliability, armor and heart attack. Maybe soft attack and armor is probably the best. This one has a less of an, only just a little bit of reliability. But it's cheaper to design stuff. Cheaper to convert and cheaper to capture. Or easier to capture. You know what? We'll go there. Lucian or MiG? I'm going to hold off. I'm not going to be researching either of those for a while, so there's no reason to commit. And we're holding off on the advisors, like I mentioned, until the purge is done. A little more PP, a little more stability. Or get to the next slot. Let's get to the next slot. Another tech slot will be pretty big, just because we're stuck on 3 for so long. Soviet Union, tech slot's not too much of an issue unless you're monkeying around with the Navy. If you're not, it's just not too much of an issue. Okay. So we start building everything. We are going to need to ramp up artillery production. Oh no. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay. Lone Mercador. Not yet. Okay, so you need the subtle. We're not going subtle. We need the ice pick. We need to raid the villa. Okay. I think I need what? One more? I need one more, yep. So let's develop the Urals. Alright, let's see how this works. I've had it work on the first time. I've had it take 5 times. Obviously, the sooner you can get it done, it greatly reduces the stability hit you're taking. So it is a big deal. It is very useful to have it the first time or get it way faster. But, okay. Put the operations at the highest. Let's see what we can see in Germany. Their count, got way higher civ count than them. Of course, Germany's going to get a good chunk of its factories from conquering. They do have more things producing than me there. Okay, roughly comparable. About what? About almost 1 million men in uniform already. I am at 1.15. Okay, and of course I can't see jack beyond that. They are beating me in the Air Force Department, though. No, I'm not investing in Turkey. Excavation 1, great. Because I am doing that. Any other techs? I think I do you ahead of time. Because, yeah, those are going to finish out my other 2 construction techs. So let's get that going. Nope, you're fine. Hey, more construction. You got 6 slots, you got 5 slots. Okay. Developed the Urals, Cherbolinsk, and Ziauts. Cherbolinsk. Okay, so build you up. What's the next one? Uh-oh, Vasily Chubakov. Skill 1. Huh, he doesn't even cost that much, he doesn't get much paranoia reduction because he's only level 1. Well, sorry Chubakov, you will not be at Stalingrad. Fill up the Urals, probably need to let a day go by. Okay, final show trial. I'm probably going to get hit with another event just before it, but... Computing machine, done. Let's get that going. You know, we're all about just industry at the beginning. We'll be producing stuff in mass later, but... It's my general rules for going ahead of time. I try not to go crazy far ahead of time unless, you know, more than a year. Unless you get some good tech boost for it or something that, you know... Like Soviets prioritizing industry, I consider that completely historical. I will go ahead in time, no problem there. You know, getting super crazy, awesome tanks this early, nah. Not so much. Okay. Machine tools. Oh, shipyard, thank God. Okay, dodged a bullet there. I mean, not in your shipyards. If you're in the shipyards, you definitely did not dodge that bullet. But, you know. Okay. Okay, time to find out. Oh, first time. There we go. Ramon Mercador. Sorry, Trotsky. And boom. There is a whole lot of supply back because we dropped the Trotsky plot purge from what, 20% down to 5% stability hit, which is a big deal because now our output isn't lessened at all. So we're making what, an extra 10% of everything we make. Our entire industrial output. So that was the money shot. Holy moly. As far as elsewhere, I will want to get a spy to go watch Japan later, but not now. And you know what? We'll just set it up. We'll go there. There. No longer stuck with ground-based training. That's great. You've got 6 slots, 6 slots, 6, 6. So these guys will go next when I need to. Let's actually set that up. We'll go at Ursival. Tax you. And then once this finishes, the purges will be over and I'll start decking out. Okay. And we're done. Okay. So, congratulations to everyone that has survived the Great Purge. Nope, still short there. Let's take a look and see who's around. We've got Yagoda. We may want Barry eventually. We probably want Barry eventually, or maybe... I don't know. Well, we'll take a look at our options later. We definitely don't want Yazov. Okay. Oh, there's the biggest one. Okay, infrastructure and civilian speed. So that's 10% on everything I'm doing. That's great. Khrushchev or Kalinin. A little bit of gain. He might actually be better during the war, Khrushchev. So maybe we'll swap an NKVD for Khrushchev during the war. But yeah, Kalinin for now. Get that stability up. Now up to 65 stability. Where, hey, our factories are actually making 6% more. And we get a slight bonus to not having to deal with so many consumer goods. Also, I just realized in KVD, you're going to be the security division. And I forgot, do we have anything under occupied territory at the beginning? No. Okay, so we're going to put cavalry for now. And then liberated workforce, yes, because we're communist. We're going to use the communist law there. Okay. Could do that. Or we get our slot, or we keep... We will want to get some of these because we want to get the aggro propped going for all those juicy ideas. Probably one of these is historical. Maybe we should have taken that. I don't know. Let's kind of let it play out. Okay, let's get our next slot open there, though. What else are we doing? We can't do war quantity yet. We need to get to 50 war support. No, I'm not doing anything to cheese it. I'll deal with it when it comes. Get some thinkers in. Timoshenko, it's a plus 16. Okay, Timoshenko, you're in. Chief of the Air Force. Air Reformer. Wow, Novikov, you are... No, we'll take that. We'll take the points. We need to build back up. We want to be getting as many military points as possible because we need to at least get like the first 3 texts or doctrines. Excuse me. Then beyond that, I don't think any of the others are actually historical. So. I'm still going. Yeah, honestly, you just get to hang out here and defend. So we're still going there. Just pumping our civs. You know, we'll see how high we can make the civ count here. We're at 101. Okay, 90 days. Keep building up all the 100 slaughters. And then, yeah, Nikolai Volsanesky here, surviving the Great Purge is a pretty big deal, because look at that. I mean, 10%. It's going to help offset the... Okay, I think we lost the construction mouse we had from that Great Purge event, but it'll help to keep that going. Yeah, because we just want an absolutely huge industrial base, of course. Yes, we will dispatch the Soviet fighters to China. What does it take? Oh, so I guess I could send them air volunteers. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. So it's probably a good time to end the video here. I'll pick it up and see you in the next one, guys.